to GPL or not to GPL? Hey, I'm Imran Web Squadron. I like to help businesses and people out with getting the best out of WordPress and Elementor. Basically, do a whole lot more with your website. You're going to have products like Elementor and other premium solutions, and they may cost a certain amount of money. And there are companies and people out there that take an older version of that plugin, theme, or template, and they stick it onto the website. And they're not hidden. We're not talking dark web. They're on the website. You know, you can go in, access them however you want. And you can often get them for free. Or they may say, look, for $4.99 a month or a one-off fee, you get something that was $70. So you sort of go, wow, I only get it for $4.99. This is an absolute bargain. The trouble is, though, is that you are opening a can of worms. But at the same time, using a GPL isn't always a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you about why in a moment. I want to say thanks to Kinsta, who sponsored today's video. Speed and security are non-negotiable in today's digital world, and Kinsta totally get it because they've got enterprise level Cloudflare integration, meaning your site is shielded by hardware firewalls, protected with DDoS defense, and boosted by a lightning fast CDN with over 260 points of presence worldwide. They also offer HTTP3 support and SSL. It's all in there. With Kinsta, your site isn't just online, it's fortified and blazing fast. If you want to turbocharge your WordPress website, Kinsta's got you covered. But speed and security doesn't just stop with your hosting solution. When it comes to GPL, you could be downloading a plugin or something onto your website or your client's website, and there could be some malware or something else inside of there. Often you don't know what you're installing because it's coming from like another area. And when you download it, the zip file, look, I'm going to use Elementor as an example here, okay? You can get an Elementor Pro GPL. And by the way, I'm not sharing any links for where you need to go because that's on you if you decide to do it. You could go and get an Elementor Pro license. And it says Elementor Pro, and the zip file has the word, and it looks like there's a README text file, and you're like, yeah, it looks okay. And the reviews say, this is amazing, I've never had a problem. Never trust all the reviews you see. Okay, so you gone and got it. But what if there's something hidden inside of it? Like there is some malware, or maybe even a virus, and you go and stick it on a client's website, or it impacts or affects your host or whatever. That's on you. And your host ain't going to be happy. You won't be happy, and your client will definitely not be happy. So you got to think very carefully about it. I will come on to why you could use a GPL, okay? If you are going to go down the road of getting GPL softwares and solutions, be very, very careful, okay? Test it on a staging site, test site, a dummy site. Just be very careful. Taste WP, Zip WP, WP Studio. There's loads of places you can go where for free, some of them charge, but mainly for free, you know, for 10 days or 7 days, or WP Studio is a really good solution. You can get it for free for your Windows or your Mac machine. You can go and set up a local WordPress solution, and then you could stick it in there. But again, be very careful because it's your local hard drive or whatever. Again, you might be installing software, malware, whatever. Anyway, now let's get on to when is a good time or kind of okay to use GPL. Maybe you got a client and they want to create a website where you're a little bit unsure, and you've gone onto Google or some AI or someone has told you about certain plugins that are possibly going to achieve what you or your client want, but you're a little bit unsure, and the page for the website kind of ticks all the boxes, but there's uncertainty, especially because that solution may require investment of $100, might even be $50, might be an annual fee, and you're kind of going, if I tell the client to use that, is it going to work? Is it going to tick the box? Is my client going to be happy and satisfied? Or are they going to turn around and go, that did not work, so we want a full-on refund? Because maybe part of the discovery call, you have found a potential solution. What I would recommend you do, if your client is not willing to invest, or you've gone back to that plugin company and you've asked questions, but you're still not sure, you could create a staging site or a dummy blank WordPress website somewhere wherever, and you could get that GPL and you could use it. And if it ticks the box, I strongly recommend that when you now work on the actual website, you get a proper full version, okay? And again, I've mentioned malware and all of that, but there is something else that's quite big, okay, that you really should consider, because you could get a plugin and there's no malware, there's no hackathon, there's nothing on there, but there is something else that could happen. You really need to think about this. So when you're working on the live website and you now know that template or that theme or that plugin is perfect, the settings, what you want to achieve, it's going to work, get the proper full version for many reasons. You're supporting the plugin or the theme or the developers. Because if everyone kept using GPL, the money that they need to keep producing and creating and updating will dry up, and then they'll stop doing it. Why do you want to harm the company whose solution you're using? It's like pirated movies, okay? Everyone's done it in their lifetime at some point, or music or whatever. But every time you do that, you're harming the company. Let me give you a great example. The Kick-Ass movie. It was really good. Kick-Ass 2. Not as good as Kick-Ass 1, but it was still good. Why has there never to date been a Kick-Ass 3? Because when Kick-Ass 2 came out, it was pirated madly and massively. Like, I think it was like the day before release or the day of release. It was out there all over the BitTorrents and everywhere. So people didn't go to the cinema, they just watched it online, the high def quality. They could watch it online. And it massively hurt the company. And you might say, yeah, but they've got loads of money, they can deal with it. Not really. It doesn't always work like that, okay? And if the movie does not make profit, no matter how profitable the businesses, the producers are, okay? If the movie does not make profit, you're not going to get a sequel. So if you want to keep taking free solutions and never upgrade or pay for the premium version, you're going to harm these plugins and companies. And don't complain and whinge if you're not getting what you thought you were going to get if they are suffering. Now, let me come on to the really big thing about why you don't want to just use GPLs on a live site, even if there's no malware and it works. Let's just say you went and got, right now at the time of recording, we're on Elemental Pro version 3.23 at the time of recording, and 3.24 is due out. Let's say you go and get version 3.18, okay? And you've got that working, and you're not bothered by all the later releases, all the later features. 3.18 ticks the box. You and the client are happy. What if in 3.19 or 3.2 or 3.21, 3.22, 3.23, I could go on and on and on. What if there was a vulnerability that was addressed, right? You've gone and got ACF Pro, but you've got a version that is actually 2 versions prior to the latest ACF Pro, because you don't want to get the premium, you just went and got a GPL. Maybe you went and got WooCommerce subscriptions and it's 1 or 2 versions behind. Again, someone got it, stuck it on a website, license, whatever, blah, 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 blah. They got it and stuck it on there. And you've now got Elemental Pro, WooCommerce subscriptions, and some other stuff, and they're all about 2, 3, 4 versions out of date. But they work, and the client's happy, and you're dancing, and you've gone and had a doner kebab together. Everyone is happy. There may be a vulnerability. There may have been something that happened in the WordPress world, or with one of those plugins where there was like backdoor entry. Let's say backdoor injection, backdoor entry into the website, or SQL injection, or something going on. Backdoor injection. Ooh, painful. But there's something going on. And I don't think your client is going to be best pleased if they ever found out that's what you did. And the reason I say that is because I know there's loads of people out there that don't ever disclose to their clients that it was a premium plugin. Maybe they've done a proposal and they've got the web job and they're like, oh, thank God, I'm getting a deposit. I get to work on this website. But they forgot to tell the client that there's a cost for Elemental Pro or WooCommerce subscriptions. They just told them, yeah, we're going to build your website. The entire e-commerce website for $20. Start to finish, $20. God, give me a break. But you know, they're building to a budget, but they never disclose the premium, or the client does not want to pay the premium, but they want you to build it, so you go and get the GPL. When that vulnerability hits or affects them, they're going to come back on you. And if you have made crystal clear to the client, look, we can either get the premium version or we get the GPL, but there is a massive risk of vulnerability, and the client gives you a written statement or agreement, and it's in the contract, but they understand all the risk, that's between you and them. I would still, even if the client said to me, I don't want to use it, I don't want to do this, I still would not be keen on doing that, okay? Because I'm telling you, right, when things go wrong, all right, you are not going to be happy, and all of the fireworks will stop, all right? All of the happiness will disintegrate, okay? All of the relationship building you've done with the client goes down the hill. If you want to use GPL, that's on you. That's between you and the client and your project, your business, you know, the safety, you know, it could be customer records get exposed. Do you really want to go down that road? You're opening yourself up to a huge can of worms, okay, with legal cases and protection and all of that, data protection, okay? So if you want to use it to test, go and test. But make sure that when you've made that decision that you are going to use this product, you go and get the premium solution. It just makes total sense. Hey, I'm Imran, Web Squadron. Hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings.